We're gearheads here at Backcountry.
Welcome to our Gearhead Field Test for GORE-TEX Invisible Fit footwear technology.
We've been testing out this waterproof membrane from GORE-TEX in our very own backyard, Utah's Wasatch Mountains.
In this video, we'll talk about what's different about Invisible Fit and how it held up in our test.
If you want to check out our other Gearhead Field tests, be sure to check out our playlist right up here.
We also have chapter timestamps below if you want to skip around sections.
All right, let's get into it. So what's the difference between Invisible Fit and then the GORE-TEX that I've had in my hiking shoes all these years?
Traditional GORE-TEX technology has historically used a standardized boot-shaped membrane. This is really good for like tall hiking boots, insulated footwear, and many other varieties. The Invisible Fit is going to work a little bit better for like running shoes, hiking shoes, and maybe your like mid-height boots. Traditional GORE-TEX also has been used in running and hiking shoes in the past, and it works well. It's just you end up with a little bit of excess material because of that standardized membrane shape, and this is where Invisible Fit comes in. So rather than the traditional boot-shaped membrane, Invisible Fit is stitched directly to the shoe's upper, and it's totally custom fit.
I want to be able to buy the same shoe in GORE-TEX and not, for depending on like my training days. And I really appreciate that this means that like the shoes will fit similarly. The
benefits are like pretty noticeable, and I think the fit one is going to be the biggest, especially for runners. Like, you know, your feet kind of get used to the shoe that you're in, and you kind of you can even get used to the way that it's wearing. And so just to be able to have two shoes that are exactly the same, one's waterproof, one's not, and you can rotate in between depending on weather or terrain or whatever calls for it.
Absolutely. All right, Kendall, we're talking about all these benefits, but does this mean that all the GORE-TEX shoes that I already have are just completely obsolete?
Not at all. The traditional GORE-TEX membrane is going to be the top choice for hiking boots across tons of brands. It's going to be the trusted technology for outdoorsmen and women of all different, sports and disciplines, including a lot of members of, U.S. military as well. This is a super popular product that's found in hiking boot technology across many brands, and it's, that is the technology that's here to stick around. And Invisible Fit is more for your shoes, your mid-height boots, and your running shoes.
So Kendall, we've done a couple hikes, a couple of like sort of ish runs, if you want to call them that, in these bad boys. We jog, okay? What did you think of your Nikes?
So this is Nike's Pegasus 5 Trail GORE-TEX shoe. This is a tried and true trail running shoe that's super popular. I actually have the non-GORE-TEX version as well, so I got to side-by-side test them a little bit. But this shoe works really well with my foot. Mika, what about your shoes? Which ones did you test?
So I've been testing out the Oboz Katabatic LT Low GORE-TEX shoe. I call them my baddies because I love these things. Very comfortable, no need for like a break-in time line. We just started right off and I was like, these are super comfy. Both of these shoes have the new Invisible Fit from GORE-TEX.
You'll also see a lot of other brands adopting Invisible Fit technology, especially for those light and fast hiking and running shoes.
What did you think of the waterproofing of it?
It was pretty impressive. I was definitely stoked with the performance. We had a handful of stream crossings. I mean, as long as the water isn't deeper than the shoe, you're pretty much good to go. I even had the water up over the tongue, like in the lace area a few times, and socks were nice and dry, no complaints.
That was like the one thing that I was worried about, because I feel like I do have some shoes where like they're waterproof, right? But the minute the water goes over the laces, it's like seeping in. These didn't do that at all. I felt kind of invincible.
Yeah, it was pretty cool to see the water just like beating right off the top of the shoe. The technology is super impressive, and you just wouldn't notice the fact that they're waterproof. Like, it doesn't feel like a hindrance also.
No, it doesn't feel that really like stiff shoe type, which I think like kind of segues us into the fit of the shoe. But usually when I've gotten like a GORE-TEX running sneaker, it's definitely been very like stiff and it needs a break-in period. And I mean, it's fantastic, it's GORE-TEX. But these were so much easier to just like slip on and go.
Yeah, I really liked the fit of this shoe. Like I mentioned, I know that I fit well in Nikes. Compared to the non-GORE-TEX shoe, this one does have like a additional feature. It has this like cool sock liner feature, so I noticed that. Other than that, I felt like the fit was really similar, and like you said, they're not super stiff feeling. Like you can see that this thing's moving and grooving, no problem. The upper just feels super lightweight compared to waterproof shoes that I've used in the past. There's really not like a noticeable fit difference for me.
No, I think the other thing is like, with it being so light, something I noticed was when we were like tromping on through the streams, my feet were getting like cold from the water, but they weren't wet, which was very cool.
And that's because Invisible Fit shoes are usually bonded to lighter weight uppers.
Exactly, and they dried off right away. Like, or not even, they didn't even have to dry, it just like beat it off. There was no need for a drying
there was no
time.
wetness feeling really at all.
And my feet weren't sweating, which was the big one. Like my feet didn't feel clammy.
The water temperature thing was something that I noticed too. I have multiple pairs of traditional GORE-TEX footwear. Like I have a couple of different pairs of boots, and usually when I step in the water, like it doesn't really feel cold unless I'm like walking up a stream. You know what I mean? Then eventually I'll notice it. But yeah, these, as soon as I was in the water, it was like, oh, that's so nice and refreshing. But like, you're not wet. It's just you just feel the temperature because that material is actually so much thinner. All right, Mika. After some testing, who would you say Invisible Fit technology from GORE-TEX is for?
Hello? Oh, it's for you.
Oh, great. Hello? Is this GORE-TEX? Are you sending me Invisible Fit shoes? Yes.
It's for everybody. I do think that Invisible Fit is great for everybody, especially this like trend of moving from boots during like hiking situations to trail runners. I think this is a huge improvement because people are going into trail runners for hiking or backpacking, and I think this is like the perfect way to segue between those like heavier hiking boots, like GORE-TEX hiking boots, and then a trail runner that like you're gonna step in water and it's gonna be soaking wet.
I think the lightweight movement for not just running, but for hiking, through hiking, backpacking, all the things, people are just reaching for lighter weight shoes, and so they should get a lighter weight membrane with that shoe.
Absolutely.
It makes sense.
Another thing I really appreciated is how durable they feel. I always lean towards a GORE-TEX shoe because I'm like, this is durable. I know it's gonna last me a long time. It's gonna be able to withstand the elements and like whatever I put it through. But this has like the benefits and the perks of a non-GORE-TEX shoe along with that durability that I know I can trust, which I really appreciate.
I also think the breathability is a big factor with Invisible Fit. It definitely feels noticeably lighter and just like minimalist throughout. I also think that this is a good thing to push the serious trail runner over the edge and getting into a GORE-TEX shoe. I think a lot of runners may have been hesitant about like, oh, well, the GORE-TEX version, it's gonna fit a little bit different. I have concerns about the breathability. It's a little bit heavier. That's no longer the case, right? Like you don't have to make those compromises anymore. And the big one being that the fit's gonna stay the same for those runners in their picky feet. Thank you guys so much for watching. That's a wrap on this field test video.
Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to our Backcountry channel for more.
Let us know in the comments what your favorite pair of GORE-TEX footwear is.
And be sure to reach out to Gearhead if you have any questions about trail-ready footwear.
Till then, we'll see you guys out there. You.